Oh my goodness. This was the best episode, hell, this season. I don't, might be ever. This episode was just too much. I literally didn't even take no notes. And I'm like, come on through, Cookie. Come on up on my soapbox. That's basically it. Let's talk about drag and all its forms. What, Cookie? Hey guys, okay. Thanks for clicking on the video and all that stuff. So, like I said, I didn't even take any notes. I was so engulfed in what the hell Tyler had going on. I took no notes, so hopefully I won't forget anything. Let's just we're gonna go on through this, okay? So we start off, let's see, what was the first thing that went down? We got Maggie still in the bed with David. And, they're basking basically in the afterglow, and when they left off, he was going to put it on up in her one more time, and from what I'm seeing, I guess he had then slammed her one more good time, and then he was saying that he was leaving. So of course they have to have a little confrontation. So he's leaving, she's still saying don't go, don't go. He's all up in his feelings now, and he's like, this, I really, you gotta go, I got things to do. So they end up going back and forth about, Maggie's professing her love for him and this, that, thing, and the other. And he's saying, this shit with this newspaper is just getting all out of hand, that the newspapers are having a field day with Veronica's ass. So they end up going back and forth. And he basically is piecing things together while they're talking, and ends up telling Maggie, because Maggie's going on about how Veronica doesn't want him, and she's moved on, and he needs to move on, and all of that. And she kind of hurt his feelings, and then she's begging, and it was a mess. She's like, "Oh no, David, don't go. This, that, thing, and the other." So he's telling her, "You need to tell me what you know," because she was talking so much that she's talking about how Veronica moved on and how they had sex in his car. And she's like, how do you know that? So she had told on herself, basically. And he told her, last thing he told Maggie, if you are lying to me, I will never speak to you again. So she's going on, and he pretty much knows that she done lied and that she had something to do with the pictures initially being taken. So he goes out of the room, and she's falling behind him. He literally slams the door in her face. I said, girl, well, at least you got it 2 good times, because I don't think you're going to end up getting it anymore, honey. So I was like, damn. So I feel you, Maggie, girl. But whatever. All good things must come to an end, honey. So um, we go down to the damn jailhouse. Child, that damn Veronica and Jim are just going at it, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And now Catherine's back in the cell, and Jim's telling Catherine, "You don't even know your friend." And she's like, "I do know her," and Veronica told Jim, "She knows me just as much as she knows you." I said, "Oh, them two. They're so vicious with each other." So they're going back and forth, and then they come down to the bailiff comes down and to tell Catherine, "You can go." And Catherine's like, "Well, what about them?" And they're like, "She said, lady, do you want to stay?" Catherine was like, "Hell no, I'm getting the fuck up out of here." So Catherine's leaving, and she tells him, I'm gonna call somebody." And Jim hollers out some judge's name. Catherine called Judge so and so, so, and Catherine said, "I'll be back to get you out, both of you." So of course they say thank you and all that. Then them two start going back and forth with each other again. So they're going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And then Jim just got enough of Veronica's damn mouth and told her, "You know what? I don't even worry about you, because where you're going, I don't have to deal with you no more." And she said, "And just where am I going?" He told her, "You're going to hell." I said, "Oh." So I'm sitting there waiting on her to catch on that Bitch, I done put a hit out on your stinking ass. You know, and I think she kind of, I don't even know if Veronica actually caught it. Not right away. And then that bitch, you know, Veronica's not going to let you see her sweat. She says, really? I'm going to hell, Jim. And he said, yeah, your ticket is bought and paid for. I said, oh, damn. She turned around and told that motherfucker, it didn't even shake her. She told that motherfucker, who's to say that your ticket wasn't already bought and paid for? I said, yes, Veronica, bitch. So she just is what it is. So then you see Jim's wheels over there turning because she ended up telling Jim, that's how they got to that point. She told Jim, David, it was, you know, going to turn on you. David was going to go and make his speech and all that. She threw all that out there. So when she said that, you could see Jim's wheels start turning like, did this motherfucker put a hit out on me? Which we all know David didn't, you know. So David's kind of unaware, you know, now that Jim even knows that. So that's going to be a whole nother problem. Veronica in her damn mouth. But anyway, so that was that with them. Then we got Quincy's old stinking ass, illiterate ass sister out there. She's parked across the street from Candace's house. And child, the old lady, the old nappy bitch across the street finally got what she deserved. She gonna come up to their car. It's her and the little boy, the little child that stole the car. They sit in the car. She come up to the car and she's like, you can't park here, or you gotta move it, or I'm gonna call the police. She said, shut up, you old bitch. I said, oh, damn. Finally, somebody done gave you what you need. Cussed her right the fuck on out. And she's like, something's going on. Something ain't right. She's like, why would he be in this neighborhood? And then Candace ended up coming outside and going into the car to get her purse to go back in the house. She gonna say, something ain't right. He kept telling her, the phone is over there in that house. The phone's in the house. So he's in there, you know, whatever. So she's like, well, he said, we got to go. She's really called the police. She going to say, I know. And she's like, but we coming back. He said, come back for what? She's like, we going up in there. I said, oh, well, go, all right. Go on, break it in there, okay? So I said, all right, so they go on. Then you see an old nebby ass bitch. She called her son. She gonna say, this woman, she's over here. They're parking over here and they're starting trouble. She called me an old bitch. I said, she ain't called you nothing, you wasn't. You know? So she says, well, I want you to come over here right now. I'm like, that lady is so ridiculous. Now, I wouldn't feel bad if she come up stinking. I really wouldn't. I know that's mean to me, but whatever. Fuck her. She's a nebby old fucking stinking bitch. So, moving on. Okay, so let's see. Hannah. Hannah took her ass to work. See, now this is what I need. I need a house that's so big that motherfuckers be in the house moving around and you don't even know they in there. That I just love it. But Hannah's in there. She getting all dressed in her uniform and all this. Child, meanwhile, Wyatt got his funky, stinking, drugged up, junky ass on the couch with old stinking ass, nasty whore. And he's just passed out on top of her. Hannah come in, and Hannah looked. She gonna say, oh, honey, you need to get up and get on up out of here. So the girl gonna say, I've been trying to get him to get up off me for hours. He's knocked out. So she's like, Wyatt, why ain't answering, ain't saying that? She gonna say, honey, you need to get out of here. She gonna say, well, look, I'm not going nowhere without my money, toots. So she was like, you getting out of here, bitch. So she took there was a glass with some liquor in it. She took the liquor and threw it on Wyatt's head. He wake up and he looking at Hannah. He talking shit, laying there with his naked ass. And she tells Wyatt, she said, you get up and you go up there and you take a shower. And you gonna tell, she gonna say, you, the door baby, you get on out of here. So the girl says, something, I need my money. Wyatt gonna say, you get on out of here. I said, now see how it is to be treated like a whore. You get on out of here. She said, I know you don't want me to come back here with my pimp. I said, oh God, she really is a whore. Like a real low budget whore. You know, I know you don't want me to come back over here with my pimp. He said, get out of here, bitch. So she said, I'm coming back here with my pimp. Child, they were like, bitch, get out of here, bitch. So they put her on out. So then Hannah and Wyatt get to going back and forth. He gets to talking to Hannah real ignorant, telling her, call her stupid shit. I think she said, "Don't talk to me like that. Where are your parents? And you know good and well you ain't allowed to be doing all this. Instead, cover yourself up." She threw a pillow over him. He gonna take the pillow and move it off, and then gonna try to light up him a cigarette. So Hannah said, "You know your parents don't allow you to do that in here." He gonna say, "Are you that stupid? This, that, thing, and the other." Some shit he said to her. She grabbed that damn cigarette out of his mouth and said, "Listen, I don't disrespect you, and you're not going to disrespect me, Wyatt. Get on up from there and go take yourself a shower." And she said, "I'm gonna have to bleach this whole place down." Honey, he gonna stand up to her. She said, "Put some clothes on and go." He gonna say, "What, you ain't never seen one of these before?" Hannah said, "Look, I ain't playing with you, boy." And I said, "Girl, he playing with you." Yeah, I'm sure she's seen one, but probably not that size, child. Get your motherfucking ass on up out of there, Wyatt, with your petty ass. So she's like, going back and forth with him, and he's still talking all smart. She keeps saying, "Well, where are your parents at?" He's like, "You ain't got no TV at your house." He just keep on just digging the knife. Meanwhile, because he doesn't know that her house burned down. I said, he gonna keep on playing with Hannah, and Hannah gonna uppercut that motherfucker like that man in Cleveland did that girl on that bus that day. And fuck her ass up. But he just kept on. So she ends up they end up going back and forth, and he's telling her basically, "You're stupid to be working here. You already know what happened. You know what went on. You know what I did." And she's sitting there, she's like, "I don't know what you did. Tell me what it is that you did. And where are your damn parents?" He gonna tell her, "I killed them, Hannah. They up in the attic." She gonna say, "Then you need to quit your playing, honey. Where are your parents?" He's like, "They're in jail. They were arrested." She's like, "Arrested for what?" He's like, "I did it. I had them locked up." So she looking at him. She's like, "Now, see, you tripping. You want some more other shit." So he keep going back and forth till he basically then told her, "You know, you were in the kitchen that day. You know what I did, and you know what they covered it up. This, that, thing, and the other." And then that's when Hannah starts saying, she said, "You know, I'm going to thank you for clearing up my conscience, because see, when I told the police that you were the one that did it, I thought I had ruined your life, and I wasn't really sure. But now that I know, my conscience is clear." And she was like, "But see, the thing is, she got to telling him how he don't know God, and he don't know how God works. And you know, of course, first, you know, you're rich and you're privileged. So, you know, God doesn't generally play a factor with people that are privileged and of that nature and all have high." But you can see the more she kept talking, baby, the more the reality of what really goes on and what really goes down and how God actually does work and how vengeance, because she got the spitting Bible verses at his hands and telling them, you know, that vengeance will be mine, says the Lord. This, that, and she was running it, baby. And you can see Wyatt's wheels start clicking, because Hannah done been with him for shit how long, you know, so they know they done heard the gospel. They just ain't jumped into it, but they done heard it. Child, they know. Those who say they don't believe are foolish, honey. But we ain't gonna get into that. That's a whole nother video for a whole nother time. You just look around you, honey, and you know God is real, and what He will do to you and for you is real. But anyway, I'm not gonna even get into all that. But anyway, Wyatt's wheels was spinning, baby, and you can see it. You can literally see like fear on his face. He stopped, like that arrogance wiped right away with the words that she was speaking to him. And she told him, baby, she's like, "It is what it is. Trust me, you reap what you sow," which is so true. So she ends up walking out. And you know why? I got a lot to pay for it. You done fucked your parents around. You done killed a little girl. You done hit my son. And now you sitting up here talking shit to me. May God have mercy on your soul, Wyatt. Anyway, so she goes on to into the kitchen, and you see Hannah. She's like, she said, "Jesus, you got to get me up out of here. This is too much." And I'm like, "I know, girl. I know you want to fuck something up, honey." So it's like, all right. So in the meantime, between time, we got David that went down to the tow yard, baby, and he's talking to Mitch. And I like Mitch. I do. Mitch is about it. He's just enough street to make you say, "Come on, Mitch." So Mitch was like, you know, he's really giving David a hard time. David's asking questions. He's like, "Who are you?" You know, and he's like, "I'm Judge David Harrington." He's like, "And that means what to who, honey? What do you want, honey?" So he's asking about Benjamin, this, that, and the other. Mitch wasn't giving him no information. He said, "He's on the tow. You want a tow? You need a tow?" He's like, "Yeah." He said, "Well, here's a card. Call back. Call and get you a tow. But get on out of here, honey." So David was pissed. I was like, "That's all right, David. Take your sexy ass on. Ain't nobody gonna tell you nothing because Mitch is about it. Mitch is ghetto the motherfucker. Yes, Mitch." So Mitch calls Benny and tells Benny, "Just David Harrington was here looking for you, this, that, the other." So he says something to him, and then he asks him, he says, "Do that got anything to do with that lime and all that shit you had in your car and that shovel and shit?" And he gonna say, "No, did you tell him about that?" I said, "Go on with your paranoid ass, dumbass Benny." And he's like, "No, I ain't telling him none of that stuff." And he's like, "Hey, look, I ain't even trying to do all this. I got some shit going on in myself, and I ain't trying to be fucked up with you, Benny." Benny's like, "No, we good, we good." I said, "Okay, Benny." So he hangs up the phone. Next thing you know, baby, Benny's phone rang. Benny answered the phone. It's David. Baby, him and David had exchanged words. I said, "Yes, God, honey, you playing around? Come on, Benny. Come on, David." I don't even know what side to pick, but y'all know I like David a lot. So I was like, "Child, this is a mess." So he told me, he said, "We need to meet up. And so I need to talk to you. I got some questions that I need to ask you about." He gonna say, "What you need to ask me, man?" He gonna say, "About my wife." He gonna say, "Man, you don't need to talk to me about nothing. You talk to your wife." And I don't know what you're talking about. He gonna say, "Don't play with me, young man. You know what I'm talking about, and we need to have a conversation. I got questions for you about my wife." He gonna say, "Look, you go talk to your wife, and I'm telling you, I ain't got nothing to talk to you about, and don't call my damn phone back no more." I said, "Oh, gosh, shit, go on, Benny. You gonna pay for that, but go ahead, Benny." So I said, "Okay." So he hang up on David. I said, "That's not going to turn out good." I was like, "All right." So, um, okay, so all that's going on. We got all this stuff going on. Then we got Catherine, and she had her driver pick her up from the jailhouse. So she finally done got out of Mrs. Ferguson finishing school for girls. She's on her way, to take care of business. She'll call like 7 judges. Nobody's touching it. So she finally gets this one man. Nobody would even return her call. She gets this one judge on the phone. And they're going back and forth. He told her, he's like, baby, it's all over the news. This has got national attention. They got people ready to come down here and march and shit. Ain't nobody fucking with you and Jim. Y'all on y'all's own with this bullshit." So she told that motherfucker, she said, "Oh, when this is all done and straightened out, and it will get straightened out, I am not going to forget. Do you understand me? I'm not going to forget." And he was like, "All right, Catherine, all right." She's like, "Son of a," and he called her a bitch. I said, "Oh." She didn't hear him though. He'd wait till he hang up the phone. She said, "Catherine got some shit." I said, "Okay." So they just kind of like the criers is on their own with this one. That's how shit go down. It is what it is. So I said, "Okay." So then after that, now we got Candace. That's the other shit that's going on. Candace is trying to figure out all her shit and what went down. So she got her little girlfriend that came up. You remember the girl that actually sold Benny the car? She was working for Candace. She's another lady of the night. So I'm looking at them, and them two are going back and forth and talking to Candace, is telling her how she got marked and this, that, and the other. And you just see the camaraderie between them, and that they're actually really these high price whores. And I was getting my life off of it. Don't judge me, but I got my life off of them. I was looking at the two of them. I said, "These two motherfucking beautiful bitches, and they are just bitchy enough to excite me from my core, honey." And they were going back and forth, and they were so calculated and so vindictive. I just loved it. I was like, "Child, Candace." Them two were the epitome of when you say, "Oh, you stinking bitch." I loved them. I was like, okay. So them bitches was putting their heads together, and they was like, "Oh yeah, bitch, we get ready to do this shit." I was like, "Come on, girls, let's go." So they breaking it all down, and they don't have it completely right, but they breaking it down. They get down as far of the story to The bitch from the goddamn Child Protective Services. I said, uh-huh. You know, she a smart mouth bitch anyway. So they call her on over. And Candace is like, yeah, I got some questions for you. But see, Candace got it in her mind that Oscar paid her off to end up, you know, because she said, where's my son? He's like, with your mother. And she still was being real smug. He's with your mother because it was found that your mother had more suitable arrangements for him. She's like, really? You know my mother's house burned down, right? And she's like, yeah. And she's like, so where's my mother staying in some old motel somewhere? She's like, well, yeah. And she says, but you told me that when I was in the hotel, that wasn't proper arrangements for my son. So the other girl, Erica, her name's Erica, she said, is that what you told her? So Erica that sat on the couch next to her, and this Candace is sitting across from her, and they were so cool. Them bitches was drinking wine, and I said, "Look at them." So I'm thinking, I said, you know, yeah, bitches. So the girl, you know, she was being a little, you know, a little testy, and then Candace was saying to her, she said, so what ended up happening? This, that, and the other, just these questions, and of course, some of the questions the girl couldn't answer. She's like, I don't know what you're talking about. Candace was like, really? You don't know what I'm talking about. Okay. So you don't know nothing about Oscar. Your boyfriend? She said, sit there and act like you don't know what I'm talking about again, bitch. And the girl was saying something else. Candace said, listen, I'm going to give you some more questions. And depending on how you answer those questions, it's going to tell how you're going to walk up out of here. Whether you're going to limp up out of here or you're going to just walk out slowly with a limp body, you know. And she gonna say, I beg your pardon, Mrs. Young, and stand up. Honey, she said, Erica, bitch, lock the door. And the girl said something to her. Candace took and smacked her goddamn face so hard, quick. I said, oh, she smacked the shit out of her. The girl standing there like, oh, she really hit me. Yeah, bitch, she really hit you. She really hit you. Some people don't give a fuck about going to jail, about whooping your ass. She smacked the goddamn dog shit out of her. And the girl's standing up there, and she's like, they going back and forth, and she said something about something. Next thing I know, Candace leaped on that bitch and had that bitch down there choking her out. And she begging, no, 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 the judge did it. Miss Cryer called it. So Candace got up off of her and got her little drink and said, Catherine Cryer. She said, yeah, Catherine Cryer called in a favor from a judge, and the judge had us give the baby to your mother. She said, really? Okay. Okay. So now some of the pieces, she's like, the fuck would Catherine Cryer be getting into this? So then she said, so how much did he pay you? Who? Oscar. Oscar who? She says, say who again, bitch, and I'll smack your face. She gonna say, oh, your boyfriend. Yeah, bitch, you know what I'm talking about. Now Erica then got on over there. Candace is drinking her drink. Erica walks around to the other side. They stay talking. She ain't giving the right answers. Candace gonna say, Erica, smack that bitch. So Erica's like, and she smacked her real quick. I said, oh. I was like, okay, but wait a minute. The funny part, when Candace smacked the bitch the first time, that motherfucking Erica was standing in the back like, oh, but you gonna get down and dirty, okay? She started taking off her earrings. I said, all right, two old classy bitches. I said, look at them. She was like, fuck it, oh, bitch, you didn't tell me we was getting ready to get down and gutter, bitch. I'm with it. She took her fucking earrings off. I said, oh, hell. So they go on. And she continues and she basically really did tell Candace everything she knew. Candace really wasn't feeling that. And she was like, you're lying, bitch. Candace went behind her and grabbed that bitch by her hair and drug her over the other side of that couch. And her and Erica, when I say they took and got down there, honey, in their heels and everything, and Molly whopped that bitch, they beat her motherfucking ass. I said, oh, damn. So I was like, this is just too much. This episode was everything. They were carrying on so terrible. I had such a good time, child. Like I said, I was so engulfed that I didn't write any notes down. So hopefully I didn't forget anything or didn't forget much, whatever. If there's something I forgot, leave it down there in the comments. You know how y'all do, child. If I missed it, I'm sure y'all caught it. Put it in the comments. But I enjoyed this episode. Oh, I enjoyed this episode just too damn much. So anyway, all right. So that's it. I cannot wait until next Tuesday. And I usually don't talk about the little clips to tell you what's coming up. But I will tell y'all this because it got me and I was screaming one last time. There's going to be a little confrontation with Benny and David. And Benny said some shit to David, and the next thing you know, you heard David say, "You arrogant little," and grabbed Benny, and he was choking the fucking shit out of Benny. I said, that old tough shit. Keep on playing with old player. I said, Lord have mercy. I can't wait. I can't wait. Anyway, all right, y'all. I'm done. Thumbs up, thumbs down. Y'all know how that works. And I will definitely see y'all's ass next Tuesday. All right, guys. Bye. One last thing. I'm sorry. I almost forgot. Lord have mercy. Jennifer South, or the goddamn DA. She's the only way that there was to even get Veronica and Jim to stop motherfucking arguing with each other. She came down there and upset both of their goddamn worlds. She basically came down there and going back and forth with them and basically let Veronica know David got bailed out by Maggie Day and left there and went back to the hotel with her. So that shut Veronica up and shut her down, made her wheels spin. And then she threw over there at Jim. Jim talking about, she said, "Oh yeah, yeah." And she said Jeffrey's going to testify against you. And Wyatt's all ready to go testify against you. And he's like, Wyatt's not going to testify against me because Wyatt knows where his bread's buttered. She's like, "Oh no, baby, Wyatt got money. Wyatt got money. Don't even worry about it. Wyatt got money. What did you do? What did you do?" I said, shh. Shut him right on down too. I said, Lord have mercy. She's the only thing strong enough to get them two to stop arguing with each other. She came down there and upset their whole goddamn world. But again, as she was leaving, that damn Veronica told her, she said, "Jeffrey won't testify against me because I'm Jeffrey's counsel. So, do you even know the law?" She's like, "Yeah, I know it, honey." She went to leave. Veronica will say, "Well, it was good to see you, girl. Come back and see us again real soon." She just refuses to let you see her sweat. But yeah, that motherfucking DA came down there and literally set the shit on fire. And her and Jim, they ain't have time to argue with each other no more because their wheels was spinning so goddamn fast. I said, she fucked y'all's day up, buddy. But yeah, that was it. That was the last thing. I almost forgot, y'all. All right, next Tuesday, y'all. Bye.